Hello and welcome to another episode of Michelle's Podcast News, your daily update on what's happening around the podcasting community of companies, technologies, and partnerships. I'm your host, Michelle Tandler, and today we've got some fascinating insights to share with you about podcast preferences in Singapore. Global brand lift measurement company On Device has revealed some intriguing new findings about Singapore's podcast preferences. According to their study, 28% of monthly listeners in Singapore prefer educational podcasts, making it the most popular category among Singaporean listeners. This is a significant tilt towards educational content and showcases a unique behavior in podcast consumption. The study also found that 55% of Singaporeans listen to podcasts on a monthly basis, with an average listening time of 1.8 hours daily. That's quite a bit of time dedicated to podcast listening. Interestingly, podcast consumption in Singapore peaks during weekend nights, especially between 10 p.m. and midnight, accounting for 21% of the listening time. While educational podcasts are the most popular, other genres also capture the interest of Singaporean listeners. True crime podcasts are favored by 24%, humor and comedy by 37%, chat and conversational by 26%, and news by 23%. These numbers indicate a diverse range of interests among the podcast audience in Singapore. On the other hand, some podcast themes are less popular in Singapore. These include arts, which only 8% of listeners favor, science at 14%, politics at 16%, fashion at 11%, and fiction at 12%. This contrast highlights the varied interests and unique preferences of the Singaporean audience. Simon Clarke, the commercial director of On Device Asia Pacific, commented on these findings, stating, "Singapore's podcast listeners show a distinct preference for educational content, which we found really interesting and is much higher than other parts of the world, such as Australia, with 24%, and the United Kingdom with 17%. This highlights how unique this market is for advertisers to engage a knowledge-seeking audience. These insights are not just fascinating, but also valuable for content creators and advertisers looking to tap into the Singaporean market. Understanding what types of content resonate with listeners can help in crafting better targeted and more engaging podcasts. And now let's shift our focus to an exciting interview on the Superposition Guys podcast, hosted by Yuval Boger, the Chief Commercial Officer at Quera Computing. In this episode, Yuval interviews Kathrin Spendier, the Technical Prize Director of XPRIZE Quantum Applications. This interview dives deep into the world of quantum computing and the ambitious goals of the XPRIZE Quantum Applications competition. Kathrin Spendier shares her journey from being a quantum technology evangelist at Quantinuum to her current role at XPRIZE. As the Technical Prize Director, she is at the helm of a groundbreaking competition that aims to discover quantum algorithms demonstrating quantum advantage for real-world problems. The competition boasts a $5 million prize purse, divided over 3 years. This initiative is supported by prominent sponsors like Google Quantum AI and Gesta. During the interview, Kathrin elaborates on the application process for the competition. Teams, whether they are individuals, startups, or universities, can register by filling out a form, paying a registration fee, and signing a competitor agreement. The competition encourages collaboration among participants, which is a unique aspect of this challenge. Kathrin emphasizes that even those who are still developing their ideas can apply and potentially form teams with others in the competition. Yuval and Kathrin discuss the types of problems targeted by the competition. The focus is on finding algorithms that can solve meaningful problems that benefit humanity, such as material science advancements or carbon sequestration. The competition accepts novel algorithms, enhancements to existing ones, and new applications of existing algorithms. The goal is to push the boundaries of what quantum computing can achieve and ensure that the technology has practical, real-world applications. One of the interesting points Kathrin makes is about the ownership of intellectual property. teams retain ownership of their algorithms, which can be a significant incentive for participants. The competition also features a diverse group of judges from prestigious institutions like Harvard University, Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft, ensuring that entries are evaluated by experts in the field. Kathrin also addresses common questions from potential participants, particularly young scientists and students. She encourages them to join the competition, highlighting that collaboration and networking are key components. The competition is designed to be inclusive, and even those without extensive experience in quantum computing can find a place and contribute meaningfully. Wrapping up the interview, Kathrin shares her excitement about the potential impact of the competition. She hopes that it will foster innovation and collaboration in the quantum computing community. The registration deadline is July 31st, but there are opportunities for wildcard entries later on. With over 450 teams already showing interest, the competition promises to be a landmark event in the field of quantum computing. That wraps up today's episode of Michelle's Podcast News. We hope you found these insights into Singapore's podcast preferences and the exciting developments in the quantum computing world as fascinating as we did. We'll be back tomorrow with more updates from the podcasting community. Until then, I'm Michelle Tandler signing off. Have a great day.